Welcome back to the vlogs. No, this isn't a vlog. Hello you guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another video. I am very happy you're here. If this is your first time, then welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be focused on hair. I get a lot of questions about my hair, not just here but through my Instagram and TikTok as well, and I've made a few videos on TikTok before, but I wanted to do an extended tutorial, so that's what this video is going to be about. Just before we start, my haircut is just layered bangs. That's what I usually get, and then I have some layers down here. I used to have more layers in the past, but I've been trying to thicken my hair, especially towards my end, so I've been just cutting it straight. My favorite hairstyle is a good blowout look, and I always go for that just because it's so easy and it just makes the hair look smooth. I usually use the 3-roller hair technique here so that it gives more volume. It's already been a couple of hours since I did it for this video, so now it's flattened out a little bit and my hair is really heavy, so it's hard to maintain it without hairspray, and I didn't use any today, but this is kind of how they look like after a while. And I've had some questions on the coloring as well. I'm gonna link my hairdresser on the bio and you can go and check out what he does, because I don't know, I don't typically ask him. I just give him creative freedom to do what he thinks would look best for my hair, so I don't have that information, but I always try and go for some highlights here at the front and then just have a really nice blend here. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm really excited for this because the result you're gonna see in the end is gonna be bouncier than this one, and I really want to know if you prefer something like that or if you prefer a more flatter look like it looks now that it's kind of calmed down. This is what we're starting with. So this is my hair naturally. I just let it air dry yesterday and it's not that bad because I have naturally straight hair, but I don't like how it doesn't look as smooth here, and so that's why I typically go for a blow dry. Now before we begin, I'm just going to show you quickly what we're going to use for the look and also my impressions. First step is this volume hair mist, and I use this before I style a section, so I will take that section, damp it with this one, and then start blow drying it just to get a more volumized look. I think any heat protecting type of spray would also do the trick, but the goal is to just not do it on fully dry hair. The second thing that you will need are these bigger hair rollers. I got these off of Amazon, and the key thing here is that they're big so that they provide for a more volume infused look, if that's even a saying or a way to say it. I'm gonna put a link for everything in the description, so if you want this specific pair you can find that there. But we're gonna need a few of these because we're gonna use them all over our hair, and then we're gonna need 3 for the top part. For the roller, I use this one. It's from Beauty Meter, and I got this off of Amazon too. I got this for a temporary use because I couldn't find the one that I wanted, and I don't know that I fully recommend it just because I think it really dries my hair, especially my ends. So I'm gonna link another one that I prefer more in the description. It's from Babyliss, but I'm gonna link this one too just in case you guys end up liking the results of this one. The key thing here, you want a brush that has these buttons, because these buttons are going to help rotate the brush and kind of make sure that you really blow dry that section. And then the final tool, which is what we're actually going to start with, is this brush from Wet Brushes, and I absolutely love these brushes. I first tried them 2 years ago and I just got one because I needed a hairbrush and it looked cute, but then I was so surprised because my hair really didn't hurt when I used it. These are perfect if you have wet hair and you just want to go through the brushing process. So step number 1 is just brushing the hair, and then we're gonna divide it in sections. I am just gonna use a hair clip to help me divide the bottom part from the top part. If the bangs fall like this, doesn't really matter because they're not gonna affect our hair in the back, and you kind of want to leave it like so. And you kind of want to leave a section that can be divided into 2. So for me personally, I always do thicker strands here at the bottom, at these like layers that are underneath, just because they're not that noticeable because the rest of your hair is going to fall on them, and the goal is just to have them looking smooth, you know, to look straight. I'm gonna go for an inward blow dry. You can immediately tell the difference here. here. And now we're just gonna get this hair strand and put it in the roller so that it cools down there. You can use either a hair clasp like this that I'm gonna link for you, or bobby pins to secure the roller. And we're gonna move on to the other side. So the goal is essentially to repeat this step until you get to the top of your hair, which is your bangs, and then these sections up here. I'm gonna do the rest off camera just because I don't want to bore you with having to watch me go through every strand. And then I'm gonna come back to show you how I do the 3 roller hair technique that I found on TikTok and that I've been loving for volume. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna let these cool down. So see you in a bit. So this is how we're looking right now. We are back, and the last section of our hair is the top and the bangs. The rest I just put in rollers. The only 2 parts that I did kind of upwards are these 2, just so that you get more volume sideways. But we're gonna go over the 3 roller hair technique here. And the thing is, you want 3 big rollers for these sections of your hair. For the top section of your hair, including the bangs, and this part is gonna get separated into 2. Now that that part's separated, we have this thicker strand here, and I'm also gonna do this inwards. And then I'm gonna go with one of the rollers and start from up here. And I'm just gonna roll inwards. Now where you want to be really attentive is this part right here. You want to really secure it because you want to make sure that the root falls on top of the roller, because that's what's gonna make it have more volume. And we're gonna repeat this process on this last strand of hair here, and then the bangs. The second roller is on. And don't worry if there are any flyaways, because you're not going to be able to tell when all of the hair is down. And now for the bangs, I'm just going to follow the same motion. I usually just separate them in the middle, so I don't need a certain side to look, you know, a certain way. So I'm just going to follow the same motion as I did with the rest of the rollers on top. Okay, and the last roller is on. Ideally, you want to let these cool down for around 20 minutes. I don't have that much time today, so I'm going to come back in 10. But in the meantime, I'm going to go make my morning coffee. We are back, and I'm ready to start the day, as you can tell from my outfit. And I've let these sit for a little bit, so now I'm just slowly going to take them off. I do have a technique of taking them off. I used to make these types of videos on TikTok last year, and I would just pull the rollers out, but then this girl commented that the right way to do it is to actually swirl it like that. So that's what we're gonna do. So these are the first 2. And then I have a meeting in like 5 minutes, but I'm trying not to rush too much through this. And then these side pieces, we see how the way that these are positioned makes them look really bouncy when you take them off, which is why I do it this way. Same here. The goal is not to get waves, as you can see, but it is to just get bouncy hair. And now for the last part, we're gonna do the rollers. I already did one, and this one. You can tell where this is going 100%. And now for the bangs. And this is what we get for the final result. Because there are no curls, I don't typically brush it out because I feel like it flattens the hair a little bit, and I like this really bouncy look. But you definitely can if you need to. This is how it looks from the back. Took a while, but we made it. Let me know what you think and what type of videos you want to see next. Bye!